Hey, it's me, Hrishikesh Kannan, popularly known as Hrishikesh. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon now to get the latest videos and get taken into a world of entertainment, culture, sport, business, and current affairs.
The whole Hawks team had become like one insane gang, and we would be playing games off screen, and I was the one who was responsible for all the board games and Uno, and I would have everything sorted. Like the moment there was cut and we had some breathing space, I would just start Ludo and Uno and all of that. So
There's Ludo, there's Uno. Do you also play Pictionary, and do you play Monopoly?
No, I don't think they were willing to play Monopoly, but I think Ludo and Uno were the most, because also they are easy to carry, right? Ludo, you just start on your phone and you're like, chalo, 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 6 players खेलते हैं.
Anjali Barot is with me. I highly advocate you go and see Shoorveer on the 15th of July on Disney Plus Hotstar. She plays a chopper pilot and she's done such a wonderful job. Great to talk to you. How are you?
Lovely speaking with you, sir. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. I want to start with the fact that I really enjoyed your performance in Scam, and do you feel that was really a stepping stone for bigger things to come?
Yes, of course. I mean, Scam was such a blessing, and I'm just glad that people loved it so much, and we received a lot of love and appreciation. So just blessed and happy about it.
What I loved about your character in Shoorveer, we will come to the helicopter pilot bit, but you're the only one who's continuously smiling. I mean, she's like a breath of fresh air. She's literally like sunshine in the show, because all these characters are going through such heavy baggages, whether it's Adil's character or Regina's character or even Arman. But, whenever we see Anjali's character on screen, she's smiling, even when she's in the cafeteria with these guys, when she's having conversations. So talk to me about your interpretation of the character, and is that what Kanishk wanted from you?
Yes, I'm so glad you noticed this, because when we were discussing about Manju, Kanishk had told me that she's someone who's very courageous, but she has a heart of gold. So she's pretty clear. She does not have any baggage, but she's very ambitious and she loves what she does. So that is it. There is nothing, there is no sorrow within, or she is contemplating something. It's just clear she loves her job. So that is something that was done very naturally, because they wanted Manju to be that sunshine kind of a person who's smiling and keeping things light, because the show is very intense. So
It is.
you just need that lightheartedness.
Anjali, how did you go about trying to simulate being a helicopter pilot? Because these were the days of the pandemic. Also, Indian shows are not like Hollywood shows where Tom Cruise can turn around and say, I'd like all my crew of Top Gun to go and learn flying, spend time in a plane or a chopper. So what really guided you? Were you able to at least do a basic simulator? How did you prep yourself for the technicalities of playing a helicopter pilot?
So sadly, we were supposed to do all of it before we began shooting, but then it was like, pretty much during the second wave, and we had to stick to doing things online. So the production had shared with us a couple of videos where, we would just see and observe and learn from that. And apart from that, when we were on set is when we had a trained professional who would tell us that, this is this function, you're supposed to operate it in this way, this is how you're supposed to wear your pilot belt, and this is how you start the helicopter. So those things on ground is something that we've learned, and that was pretty exciting. I mean, the fact that I could put on the pilot's belt on my own at the end of the day, I was like, wow. So yeah.
Also, what happens with a lot of people, even when they wear the uniform, the spine gets erect. One feels a sense of national pride. Did you go through any of that?
Yes. I remember it was 15th September. That was my first shoot day. And as soon as I entered my van, I saw the uniforms lying there, crisp uniforms. And I was like, wow, it's happening. And when I was wearing it, there's this immense amount of responsibility and pride that comes along with the uniform. Like, even as an actor, you feel the weightage of the uniform that you are wearing, and suddenly you are more conscious about everything that you're doing. So yes, I did go through that feeling, and I just feel that we are blessed as actors to witness these things, to feel these things. And yeah, it was beautiful.
Anjali, you're also very well known in the comedy space in terms of, your sketches and all the stuff that you've done. Is the decision to do more serious parts like Scam, or, slightly more parts with gravitas like this one, Shoorveer, because you don't want the baggage of your comedy life to come into your performances so that you can show yourself as a versatile actor? I want you to answer that.
No, sir, that's not a conscious decision. Like, I love doing comedy as much as I would love doing any other genre. So this is something that I've actually followed a very basic rule right from the beginning, which is, if I read the script, if I love the character, if I love the story, and if it's exciting me, I'm doing it. So I don't put much logic into it that, should I do this? Should this be my next step? No, my parents have taught me one thing: karm karo, phal ki chinta mat karo. So that's what I do. I just keep doing whatever I like. That's all.
Your parents taught you well. This is a very interesting team. I mean, Samar Khan, for example, does have a background with the forces. He went to the National Defense Academy. All his closest friends are today fighting for the country on the border. So in a lot of ways, your producer himself was an in-house consultant. Apart from that, I believe you did have a couple of people from the forces that you could talk to. So talk to me about that, conversations that you had with Samar, material that even Kanish gave you, and your conversations with people who are in the forces to help you build your character.
So I did not have a direct conversation with someone from the force as much as I would love to, but that we couldn't make that happen. But yes, a lot of it came from Summer, because if you just sit with him for even 10 minutes and just listen to him, he has stories, and he will narrate those stories with so much passion and so much energy that you just take it from him. It just comes to you so organically. And even with Kanishk, he was so clear about every character, and what drives those characters is something also I absorbed from him. So he knew कि मंजू ऐसी है, वो ये करेगी, उसको ये पसंद है. She does not give a shit about the other things. So it just came a lot from Kanishk and Summer.
That's great. Also, this is a very interesting cast. I mean, there's somebody like Manish Chaudhary who's spent so many years in the theater. A lot of us have literally grown up watching him. There's Mac, whose legend starts from Prithvi and it goes all over the world. And of course, some of the younger crop like Gina, who's already a big star down south. Talk to me about your co-actors, because it's not a role where you're spending time alone in front of the camera or delivering monologues. It's a very group kind of part. So talk to me about the actors.
Firstly, Makrand sir, I mean, I did not have scenes with him, but I was very excited just knowing that he is a part of our show. Then Manish sir, he, like you said, that you have grown up watching these actors. So my first scene was with Manish sir, and every time I'm working with a senior actor who I've grown up watching, I'm a little like, overwhelmed that, oh my God, I've watched him all my life. But he was so warm and so polite, and our scene was done just like that. And later he was a part of our gang. Now coming to the gang, like the whole Hawks team had become like one insane gang, and we would be playing games off screen, and I was the one who was responsible for all the board games and Uno, and I would have everything sorted. Like the moment there was cut and we had some breathing space, I would just start Ludo and Uno and all of that. So
there's Ludo, there's Uno. Do you also play Pictionary, and do you play Monopoly?
No, I don't think they were willing to play Monopoly. But I think Ludo and Uno were the most, because also they are easy to carry, right? Ludo,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just start on your phone and you're like, chalo, 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 6 player khelte hain. So it was that. I mean, we just played a lot of games, and all the outdoor shoots we used to try and maintain the diet also, and then cheat a little and eat all the khana and taste everything. So yeah, that's something that we really.
Yeah, it's not easy playing 4Gs, because at least, like, playing a housewife like you did in Scam, you don't have to worry about things like that. But when you're playing somebody in the officers, you have to really maintain that. Do you put on weight easily, or are you okay? I mean,
If I don't work out and if I'm eating, I put on weight. But if I'm working out and I eat, then I don't put on weight that quick. But I was still very conscious about this while we were shooting this show, because we were shooting from September onwards till I think March. So
hmm,
it was like a divided schedule. So you have to look a certain way for all these months.
sure.
You can't be looking thin in one scale and you can't gain weight in the other. So just maintaining that one body type was also something that I did consciously.
Interesting. Because in that aspect, somebody who's getting into a MiG or a fighter plane is different from somebody who's getting into a chopper. Because I think with the chopper, you have a little more space, isn't it?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least in the cockpit, in the interior of it. But yeah, good on you guys that you looked at every aspect of it. What do you feel about the writing? There are some very, very poignant lines, which kind of talks about the backstories of these wonderful characters. Normally, you just find shows that have the forge or the services where they do these linguistic shouts. They go into an operation, do the operation, and come out. But every single character is dealt with so beautifully in terms of a backstory. So, did you enjoy the writing?
I loved it. So actually, Manju doesn't like, they don't show Manju's backstory on screen. But even though I don't have a backstory, I know what is my backstory, and that is something I read on paper. So these little things help you take the decision when you are saying yes for a project. And writing was one of the main reasons why I went ahead with this, because on paper it was super clear. It was not just the vision of Kanishk and Samarso, but it was just so clear on paper that you have to give it to them.
And would you like to comment on Kanishk and what type of a guy he is? Rumor has it that you never get to take number 3 and 4 with him because he
Yes.
approves things in take 1 and 2.
Yes.
Is that enjoyable for an actor, or sometimes do you ask for a third or ask for a fourth?
You're always hungry as an actor. You feel, बस और एक ले ले क्या, और एक कुछ कर सकते हैं. But Kanishk, he's so clear in his mind that he'd be like, but I got what I wanted. So unless you are really doing bad, he's going to come and tell you that no, this is not right, and we should take another one. But if he has briefed you in a certain way, and if you've done it the way he has asked, he is satisfied with it. I think he was also the most calm person on set, most calm. And I have not seen such a calm director. I mean, this is a massive shoot with planes and choppers, and he is so calm and smiling. So I think his energy is infectious. You just like take it from him and you just believe him. Okay, he's like, I got it. Like, ठीक है, चलो. Initially, though, we all were like, कि, एक take, बस, एक take, दो take. But then we understood that's Kanishk.
Did he give you a backstory for Manju? Because, like you said, the others have a backstory. Yours didn't on screen, at least in this particular season. But for you to develop the character, what is the backstory that was told to you?
Yes. So I was told that Manju is someone who comes from the north, and she witnessed this rescue mission that happened during Uttarakhand floods. And she saw how the lives were saved, and that is something that excited her, and she wanted to be a part of that mission and that group. And that's where she saw herself to be, and that's why she's so ambitious. And she knows that this is what she was literally a fan when she saw this happening, and she's like, I want to be a part of this. and that's how she was here, and that's why you see her smiling and enjoying her way through the show, because she is just loving it, absolutely loving it. Every time she is inside the helicopter and saving a life, she is happy.
That's lovely. Um, just some lifestyle questions. What is the last holiday you took? And you said, wow, Anjali, I could go live here.
I love going. I love traveling, but it's just that I can't live anywhere except Bombay, because Bombay is home.
It's your Karam Bhumi.
Karam Bhumi, Janam Bhumi, everything is
Yeah,
Bombay.
so let me just rephrase that. When was the last great holiday you took? I mean, are you a beach person, mountain person? What was it?
Mountain person, and so we were shooting in Serbia for Hawks. Sorry, for Shoorveer. It was called Hawks earlier. So we were shooting in Serbia, and after we finished the shoot, I extended the number of days, and I was traveling, and my husband came along, and then we were in Serbia out and about. So I think that was a great holiday that I took very recently.
Yeah, Europe is lovely, isn't it? I mean, you see the old world charm and buildings, and then there's the modern side. Every town has an old town and a new town.
Have you been to Serbia?
Never. But I've
Please
been to
go.
Western Europe. Yeah.
It's really beautiful, and I think not many people are aware about how it's not even very expensive. So to find a inexpensive place in Europe is also
You're
a
right.
big deal.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, Europe is,
Big deal.
Western Europe in particular is so expensive. My God. Yeah.
I was carrying Maggie packets and all this. के हम लोग नहीं पैसा बचाएंगे, इतना सारा यूरोप में तो expense हो जाएगा. But we were eating every time. We were like breakfast, lunch, dinners. It was all out. It was that good.
What's on your phone? What's on your playlist? What kind of music do you listen to? Indian music, international music. What are your favorites, your artists?
I'm a pure Desi Bollywood lover. I love all the Hindi Gana from 70s to 90s to Lag Ja Gale to Abhi Na Jao Chhodkar. I'm that kind of person. Plus, it's monsoon. So it's only Hindi, Bollywood, Desi songs.
What's your fash when you're at home, when you're just lounging at home? Are you a t-shirt, shorts kind of person or pajamas kind of person? What do you like hanging out in when you're not going out for appearances?
I'm always in shorts. So in fact, I borrow my husband's clothes and I just
Sweet.
so he gets really confused and he hates it, that he's like, my wardrobe is all like stolen. So I see my clothes on you. So I just grab his clothes and I just wear.
And on a red carpet, are you a dress person or a sari person? What would you rather wear?
Sari.
Yeah, awesome.
Desi. I'm a Desi.
Who did you bond most with amongst the Hawks, amongst the group? Somebody that you really enjoyed your time with?
It has to be Adil. So Adil and I connected on a different level, and because we are the ones who talk the most. So
somebody has to do the listening, somebody has to do the talking. It's so sweet.
So with Adil and me, it's like I have to tell him to stop. Even I have things to contribute here. So it's that we just go on and on and on. But yeah, he's a great friend, and I hope this is how we stay for the rest of our life.
That's wonderful. Like you said, Scam was like a board for you from which you pivoted on. This show happened. Samar told me, he said, the reason I cast her is because I saw her in Scam. What are the other shows that we can look forward to? What have you signed? What is the future looking like for Anjali Barot?
So I'm currently shooting for another web series, which is a murder mystery. I wish I could talk about it, but this is the max I could mention. But that is something also very exciting, because again, I am blessed to be playing a completely different character. And since it's murder mystery, place me in the murder mystery, and you'll be like, oh, it's different. So that is something. Also, I have my Gujarati film that's releasing pretty soon in the second half of this year, mostly. Yeah. So that is happening. So just looking forward.
I've heard you're quite a superstar in Gujarat. And if you go, in Gujarat, you get mobbed. That must feel nice. At least for your family, it must be wonderful, isn't it?
It's beautiful. I mean, even though I'm born and brought up in Bombay, but Gujarat feels like, oh my God, that's also a part of you, you know. So it's just nice when people in your hometown cheer for you and feel like, hey, Anjali on hoardings. So you feel nice.
Well, Shoorveer is something that people will watch and I'm sure enjoy. Is there a series that you saw recently that you said, "Wow,
I just watched this film called Major two
what a
days
lovely
back.
film"?
Oh,
The story
I
of Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan. You're right. What a film! What a film!
I was mind blown, and you know, I just happened to watch it because it was the latest release, and I'm like, okay, chalo dekhte hai, plus the Shoorveer feel. So I want to watch more of this content. So I was watching it, and I was completely mind blown, and what a performance! And the entire film was like, you know, I was sitting on the edge. It was that good.
Yeah, you have great taste. That guy Adi Shesh, I'm sure, is going to do lots more stuff. And of course, you had legends like Prakash Karaj and Revati and this and that. So great, wonderful choice. 15th of July, Shoorveer starts streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar. Please watch it. Give it a lot of love. It's an important series. It will make you feel very patriotic towards your country. It stars Anjali and a wonderful cast directed by Kanishk Verma, produced by Samar Khan. Anjali, thank you for your time. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Lovely speaking with you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.